I'm standing out here outside St. Bridget's, and we have St. Bridget's cross above my head. I just want to give a wee special announcement of something that's going to launch as of today. It was birthed yesterday, and I have to tell you the story about it. And it's called Mother of Mercy Media.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. I will call upon your name. Keep my eyes above the waves. My soul will rest in your embrace. I am yours, and you are mine. My soul will rest in your embrace. I am yours, and you are mine.
And I want to give this here call out for Christopher. Who is Christopher? Christopher is a dear friend of mine, and I met Christopher in 2020 after my mother died. And Christopher needed a little bit of a hand, and let's just say I made a deal with Christopher. If you want me to give you a hand, you have to go for a walk with me every morning around the lake. So I just met Christopher, and of course I love Jesus, and I was telling him all about Jesus. And then I come to realise that during our walks, Christopher was an atheist. So one day we're walking, and Christopher stops me. He goes, "Anto, I don't believe all that sort of stuff, you know." And I says, "What do you believe? The Big Bang Theory?" And anyways, the story went on from there. The conversion went on from there. Each morning we'd meet up. We'd go for a walk before I'd help him. Anyways, one day we're walking around the park, and Christopher stops me and he says, "Anto, you need to speak for Jesus. You really need to speak for Jesus." And there was a conversion happening with Christopher, yeah. And I says, "Christopher, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to use Facebook. I don't know YouTube. I don't know any of it." And he says, "I'll help you." He says, "I make, footage and films and documentaries for a living." And I went, right. So in the conversion, in Christopher's conversion, the Lord broke his heart, pierced his heart, penetrated his heart with his love via using me and my words, for the love of Christ in my heart. Just being that witness, that shepherd. So anyways, one day we pull into Christopher's driveway, and he winds the window down, and he starts to cry. And he looked at me and he says, "Anto, if Jesus is real, look at the price he paid for us. And I said, Christopher, Jesus is real, and that's the price he paid for you, and he loves you so much. But it's amazing now, because I come to know now that Jesus was working for Christopher's conversion, so was Our Lady. And that conversion was entrusted to me to help Christopher. But there was a bigger picture going on, right? And then along comes this birth of this media platform that Christopher was just birthed yesterday on the Feast of St. Bridget, on the Feast of the Flame of Love, when this Eucharistic procession was taking place throughout Ireland, birthed this media station called Mother of Mercy Media. And Christopher got this inspiration yesterday as this procession was happening. And as you'll see in the video, it's absolutely beautiful and touching, and let it touch your hearts and pierce your hearts. But I also want to tell you that a couple of days after that there, Christopher said to me about making a channel. He came to me with a folder with The Narrow Gate with Anto Crossey and helped me set up my channel. Okay, how do I know that the channel was truly from the Lord? How did I know that I was meant to do it? I was afraid to initially, there's the other part trying to interrupt. I was afraid to initially speak public for the Lord, to give a public witness. And so I was a wee bit hesitant. I was a bit fearful, because I know the Lord said, if they persecuted me, they'll persecute you. If they hated me, they'll hate you. So, I mean, I don't take them words lightly. I believe every word that comes in the scriptures. So I was nervous. But I have to tell you this here story where the Lord confirmed that the channel needed to continue and that I should give public witness to the Lord. One Sunday morning, I'm sitting at my breakfast table, and I'm going to say this very clearly with confidence and authority, because this is what happened. And every word that I speak is accountable before the throne of God. So if I speak words of lies or deceit or deception, I will be held accountable before the throne. And it's counterintuitive to my salvation. And I love Jesus and Our Lady, and I'm very sensitive when it comes to my salvation, trust me. So what I'm going to share with you right now, this happened. That Sunday morning, I was sitting at my breakfast table and I was looking at the channel. Christopher had it set up. I wasn't making any videos, too nervous, afraid. The Lord spoke to me and he says, why haven't you made any content? Why haven't you made any videos? And I blushed, I got embarrassed. I took a reddener at my breakfast table and I said, Lord, I don't want to make my face public. And through my heart, the Lord said to me, you must. Now get this, folks. That morning, I had a prayer card of St. Therese in my hand as the Lord spoke to me. I've never said a prayer to St. Therese in my life. And I said this prayer to St. Therese, and I said, St. Therese, if you're with me right now, please, I heard that you will send a rose to people that say a prayer to you. Okay, so I say the prayer, I go to Holy Mass. Later on that night, I'm in the Adoration Chapel in our hometown. Thank God I've witnesses to these stories. I'm coming out of the Adoration Chapel, a friend of mine is coming in. I haven't eaten all day. And my friend says, where are you going? And I says, I'm going to have a bite to eat. Do you want to come with me? He said, sure, I'll get a bowl of soup. So he said to me, do you want some flowers? And at that moment, I forgot the prayer that I said that morning. I said to him, what am I going to do with flowers? What do I want with flowers? Where am I going to put them? You know, completely manly thing, you know, not understanding it was heaven sending them. And he said to me, come on. He took me out into the car park, opened the boot. From the left-hand side to the right-hand side, from the front to the back of the boot, was filled with flowers. It was a boot full of flowers that came. My friend put his hands into the boot and he lifted out a bunch of roses and he put them into my hand and he says, here, you'll have them.